Great. Okay. Oogie. Oogie. Oh, I'm so tired. Sliced. It goes down in the DMs. It goes down in the DMs. Snapchat me that. Or FaceTime me that if it's cool. Boy, my DM popping. Hey. My DM just caught a body. I'm tired. It was a lot today, guys. It was a lot. I'm tired. Bruh. Hey, Ricky. Or no. I thought that was Ricky. It's not. But hey. I was like, you're late. I know there was a lot going on. It was a lot. Today was a lot. Baja Blast. No, I'm gonna drink Baja Blast. I still have to finish my movie. I was watching Stand and Deliver because it's free on YouTube with ads. So if you guys want to watch, Stand and Deliver is on YouTube free with ads. You gotta stand and deliver by your soul. I'm at the end, like when they have to retake the test. That is my favorite movie. You've never heard of it? Have you ever seen Freedom Riders? It's kind of like Freedom Riders. It's kind of like, is it West Side Story? You know the song that Coolio made, Gangster's Paradise, and it's like that movie. Anyways, Stand and Deliver, thank you for the gift points, is a movie about this teacher that helps underprivileged kids, and they learn math. Basically, he becomes a math teacher. He's supposed to teach computer science, but he ends up teaching them math. What ends up happening is they pass the test, but they all failed the same questions. So because they are of a certain color and because they're Hispanic or Mexican or whatever, they're being targeted and accused of cheating. So then they have to retake the test because they got accused of cheating. So they retake the test to prove that they didn't cheat. And yes, I am bi. There's a video on my page. But yeah, so they have to retake this test to prove that they're not cheating. And yeah, it's a really good movie. You should watch it. It has Edward James Olmos, and it has Lou Phillips. It has the lady that played the mom in La Bamba. And there's a couple of other actors you'll probably recognize. Stand and Deliver. It's called Stand and Deliver. It's free on YouTube with ads. It's a very good movie. Like, I love that movie, which was crazy. In middle school, when I was in middle school, I watched this movie, right? And I received an email from someone. This was my old email when I had it, my Rocket Mail. And they were like, Stand and Deliver was filmed at our school, Garfield School. And I was like, wait, what? And like, we were talking. I don't know why. It was just an email. I don't even know why I got that email. But, yeah, I was like, how weird, because that was like my favorite movie growing up was Stand and Deliver, and then I get that email and I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not lying, it was true. That's at that time when I got caught, because they tried to say I was on a chat website talking to guys, because this guy got jealous. Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I had a racist teacher who didn't like me because I was black, and I have proof. And so there was this other girl that was black. Her name was Majestic. Actually, I think I ran into her at the bus stop one time, and she asked me if I wanted to go to church with her. This was at the old apartments that I was living at, the ones that was the last apartments I was at. I ran into her, and she's like, she recognized me. She's like, "Do you want to go to church with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." But anyway, she used to hang out with this girl, Sandy Munoz. That's her last name. They were in a gang, and she's the one who pulled out a weapon and said, "Do you want me to you with it?" And I was like, no. I laughed in her face because I thought she was joking, so I thought it was a joke. So I laughed. I thought it was funny. Like, "Oh, you just said you wanted to. Ha ha ha." Yeah, I laughed. Anyways, so then me and Majestic had the same class together, and this kid, he's Mexican, right? This is why there's a reason why I mentioned that. So I'm sitting next to him, and he's on straight corn. Like, he was literally on corn websites, looking at nude women, what have you. And I told the teacher, I was like, he's looking at this stuff on the computer. So she goes over, I don't know if he clicked out or whatever. She's like, whatever. She blows it off. Well, he's doing it again. And I said, so she saw he was on it, goes outside to pretend to tell him something, acts like she's getting mad at him. And I'll explain why race pertains. Okay? She had a husband who was Mexican, and she's this white lady, this old white lady. And she always brought up, like, "Oh, my husband's Mexican. He cooks me Mexican food." And the way that she was talking about him was kind of fetishizing, but I didn't know that. Back then, I didn't know because I was, like, young. That's a weird comment. Anyways, I was young at the time, so I was, like, in middle school, and I didn't even understand. Now, looking back on it, it was fetishizing. That's why she was favoriting them, this boy, because he's Mexican. That's why. And I'll tell you why she targeted me. So anyways, he gets mad. Him and his group of friends get mad because I told on him. Well, I mean, whatever. Okay, so what if I'm a snitch? Like, that's disgusting. Like, you're looking at straight up nude, naked girls on the computer. Like, okay. So then, I'm on the computer. This is typing class, by the way. So we're learning how to type. And I finished my work. And, you can go do typing games, or the only games you could play on the computer if it was typing games. And there's this typing game I used to play where you race. You type, and then you're racing people. But you gotta type fast. Whatever. So they went to the teacher and told the teacher I was on some chat website, because this other girl next to me, she was on a chat website, and so I was not logged into anything. She clicks C for chat. She clicks on the first chat website that's there, and then it says log in, and she's like, "You was on this website." And I was like, "No, I wasn't." It literally says log in, and she goes, "You lose computer privileges for a year." She's like, "You can only do typing. After that, you have to get off the computer." And I was like, "What?" And then she told the other girl, because the other girl wasn't even logged in either. But yeah, she was on it. But then she told her she had to get off too. And I'm like, and she was black, by the way. So you're targeting both of us. But you don't tell him anything because you favored him. Because your husband's Mexican. That's weird. My dad didn't rape anyone. What are you talking about? And my brother didn't rape anyone either. That's, like, really weird. I'm not even gonna argue with you. Someone said that my music taste is impeccable. I know that. They said that under that song that I posted, when I said goodnight and it was the Bee Gees. I know. It is. Okay. You don't gotta tell me. That's why I'm working on a playlist. I'm working on an R&B playlist. I'm working on, like, a playlist of, like, I think it's early 2000s. I'm not sure. And I have a Disney playlist. So, yeah, I'm working on some playlists on They did. I'll even take a screenshot and show you the comment. I'll blur out the username, but they did. They said your music taste is impeccable. I said, no, it's the Bee Gees. It's the song How Deep Is Your Love. I love the Bee Gees. How deep is your love? Deep is your love. How deep is your love? I really need to learn. 'Cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down. Anyways, like, the Bee Gees are... What? Why are you asking a question like that? I just have to work on it. I still have to add songs to the playlist. I just been doing other things and letting the playlist marinate. But yeah, I'm exhausted. There was so much. It was drama today. It was a lot, and I'm exhausted. And I when someone goes bam, 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 that just like literally frazzles me. So I was just like, but oh, it's crazy. I don't even know. Oh, I'm tired. What happened? Drama. Lots of drama. I can't even say anything because it's crazy, but yeah. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just tired. Not only am I tired, I was gonna say something else. I've been seeing these cute little baby videos. I cannot afford a baby. Help. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. If I was to have a baby, I wouldn't be able to take care of it. I can't afford a baby. I don't know why people be asking, so when you gonna have kids? When are you gonna... I'll have kids when you have kids. Oh, you can't? Okay, well then. Okay. I'm just joking, but in all seriousness, I'm slightly not. Like, I can't... Like, does it look like I couldn't afford a kid? No. Now I can watch The Proud Family. I gotta work now. I am tired. I am exhausted. It was a lot today. Tomorrow is a chill day. And then I gotta clear some space for something special on Saturday so I can take pictures. What is someone saying? Why are you asking a disgusting question like that? Like, why are you asking a question like that? Ask such a question. See, this nose piercing just doesn't want to stay on. I'm not repeating it, so thank you. My nose piercing does not want to stay in. How deep is your love? Well, it's not a piercing, it's a nose cuff. I don't know why I said nose piercing. You see, I'm tired, and I need to get some sleep. I said still to sleep. No, it's a nose cuff. See? I don't have a hole. You just... Why would I get off if I just got on? My little pony, my little pony. Why am I don't even know why I'm singing this song. Go to bed. No. If you was go to church, if you were gonna do your dirt, if you were crazy, go berserk. You scared. Thank you for the gifts. And yes, it is, but it is Baja Blast. Baja Blast. Because why? That is the elite Mountain Dew flavor. I don't know of any other ones. They do not exist to me. Baja Blast is the only flavor that exists. I am so tired and exhausted. It was a lot today. It was a lot of drama. It was a lot. I was like freaking scared for my life. I'm just kidding. How can you tell someone they fell off if you've never been on? You have never even been where I've been, so how can you tell me to fall off if I fell off if you've never been on? But anyways, I can't talk about it. It's crazy. I'm just... Get out of there. And I just can't pull myself away. Under her spell, I can't break. Just can't stop. I'm closer. Why don't I pierce my nose? Because you know how freaked out and how crazy I seen people. Okay, so it was alive or something, and they went, and they just went, like no hesitation, just right through the ear. I'm like, oh God, like I can't do needles, and they would have to stick it through my nose. I do not want a needle through my nose. I'm already terrified at the thought of giving birth. And do you know how giant a needle you have to get for epidural? You don't get... And I'm like, I don't know anything about epidurals. Do they have pills? Because I would rather take a pill than to take a big old gigantic needle in my back. It's just... I seen... Yeah, I've always wanted to be a mother since I was 3. So my mom, obviously, me and my brother are 3 years apart. So when I was 3, my brother was born. And I kept telling my mom, what's that? What's that? I was pointing to my brother. And she's like, that's your brother. But anyways, so then I was like, Mom, I told her I'm a babysit. And she's like, oh, okay. I was like 3, right? But yeah, I always wanted to be a mother. I love babies. I've been around plenty of babies in my life. One lady, that was my best buddy, my little buddy. Anyways, he would always, she could never get him to go to sleep, but instantly when she would let me hold him, go to sleep. And when babies fall asleep on you, this is something someone told me. When babies fall asleep on you, they like you. That's why they fall asleep on you. And she could never get him to go to sleep. Instantly, I could get him to go to sleep. And she's like, this is my babysitter. She's like, you're going to be my babysitter, because she would never be able to get him to go to sleep. I would get a hold of him, sleep. You know. And so she ended up, sadly, she lost custody of him. Aw, poor Charlie. I think that was his name, Charlie. When my friend was alive, she knew him. Like, she knew the lady too. And they would always eat at this one place we would go to. And yeah, I would always see him. He would always get so excited to see me. I'm like, and then I was like so sad because she lost custody. I'm like, poor baby, you know. It's nothing you could do, but yeah, she could never get him to go to sleep. He would be crying all the time, and then I'll be like, here, I would help her, because, you know, I felt bad. Like, she was going to stay up all night, so, you know, stepped in. You know, that's the type of person I am, I guess. But yeah, Sprite is better than Baja Blast. You better take that back. I'm so tired. What? Why would you ask that question? I'm not answering that. You know what I saw Vin Diesel post? They're re-showing Fast and the Furious at the movie theaters. They're gonna show the original Fast and the Furious with the old ones with Paul Walker. They're replaying that at the movie theaters August 21st. I'm like, man, I want to go see it. I want to go see Fast and the Furious in the movie theaters again. Who is Gilberto Mora? Who the heck is that? I don't know. No, I don't got the money. Well, if I had the money, I'm trying to go. Never mind. I don't have another device. I'm so tired. Candy is a locale. A locale. She is a predator that talked to a 16-year-old. I'm tired. I'm not going to sleep. I was gonna say something, but I better not. That would have been not so good. Oh my god. I gotta. I thought I saw something else in my brain. That's what happens when you're sleepy. I thought it said horny. I was like, what? All I saw was thanks horny, and I was like, who sent me that message? I was like, I don't know them. Then I know what it was. No, it wasn't. It was yeah, it wasn't that word. You see, I'm tired. It wasn't. It was a different word. Sorry. My brain was just like, I'm tired. My mind is not in the gutter, okay? It was just... I wasn't going to be able to pay my storage, but then God came through. God came down and said, I got the money for you. And then, thus, the money was provided. So now I can pay my phone bill. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I got my money because of cameos. Thank you. I did 2 cameos and I made the money for my phone bill. So yeah, I can pay it. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I'm tired. I know I keep saying that, sorry. I did say excuse me. Excuse me. Are you what? No, I'm not going to bed. Are you tired? I just said I'm tired. You, me, babe. Do you like Billy Ocean? Do I like Billy Ocean? What kind of a question is that? Like, I said I like yacht rock. That's like one of my favorite genres of music is yacht rock. So that's to answer your question if I like Billy Ocean. I love Suddenly. Caribbean Queen. I like that song too. Now we're sharing the same dream, and our hearts will be as one. But I do like Suddenly. I used to play that a lot. Suddenly, life has new meaning. To me, there's beauty up above, and things we never take notice of. You wake up and suddenly, you're in love. What is the other song that he has? Get out of my dreams, get into my car. Get into my car. But that makes me think of like that Lando, the Family Guy episode where he was Lando and he went to his daughter's school and he became the cool guy, and then he pretended to get with his daughter so she could become popular, and then at the end they play that song when he's like, when he leaves on the motorcycle, like when he's driving out of the dance on a motorcycle. And they played that song. Anyways, I'm so tired. I know I keep saying that, I'm sorry. I will go to sleep soon. Did someone say dilute? What do you mean? Do you ever define your curls? Yes. Well, there's some products I use. There was a really good product and I can't find it in the stores. I might have to get it. I think it was Dippity Doo or something. It was like this mousse foam or something that I used, but I haven't been able to find it anywhere. The place where I found it, they don't have it, so I got it, I think, at TJ Maxx. But I'm like, every time I go somewhere to find it, like Sally's or somewheres, they don't have it, so I'm gonna have to go online because I know they have it on Amazon. And with the curl enhancing smoothie, that worked nicely. Yeah. Hi, hello. You need an unbrush? I have an unbrush. That's what I use. It's a pink one. I had a purple one with glitter, but then it got stolen. Can you believe they stole my unbrush out of the station wagon? When we had a station wagon, we were sleeping in it. And my brother told us to keep checking on it because we were in our room. And one of the times my mom went to go check, there was stuff thrown out of it. And she said, they took it. They stole. She's like, we were robbed. And I was like, what? So I went out there. Sure enough, they took stuff. They took my No, I don't think my Xbox was out there. Well, yeah, actually, my Xbox did get stolen. But that was only because I don't remember. I don't think I left my Xbox out there, but I know my Xbox got stolen. Anyways. So, they took stuff and they took my unbrush. It was a purple one with glitter. And they stole it. And I'm like, you stole my unbrush. But my roommate, at one of the places I was at, she left the unbrush. And they said just to, like, leave it. They said just to, like, leave it. And then I just used it, so I kept it. So I have a pink unbrush. Because she was like, just leave that rest of the stuff there. And I was like, okay, whatever. So then, yeah. She didn't come back for her stuff. She was supposed to come back, and I was like, if she don't come back, I want the shoes. She had some nice shoes, and she kept her shoes clean. Nikes, Vans. I'm like, I want them. I want it all. I want it, I want it, I want it. The fame and the fortune and more. I'm just going to be watching Disney Plus when I get off here. I'm gonna watch The Proud Family. Selfish? How is that selfish? I know you see my messages. What messages? I don't see nothing. The comments are flying. Oh God, help us. I want it, I want it, I want it. The fame and the fortune and more. I mean, not really. What? Uh-oh, hold on. No, I don't have a celebrity crush. Ooh, excuse me. Man, I was really stressing out. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to pay my bill. Because TikTok didn't cash out. All because it was a few dollars over. It said, not payable. It says not eligible for payout because it was a few dollars over. I'm like, that's so stupid. I am exhausted. I want it all. I am exhausted. I'm exhausted. Okay, I'm tired. Still doing what? I'm not dating anybody. Meet myself. Oh, thank you. I love you too. That's all I got till the end. That's what I found out. And there ain't no need to cry. I don't know who that is. From now on, I'll be my own best friend. Be myself and I died 1,000 times. Yes, I now know who Barnyard is because of the stupid AI videos. Yes, Beyonce. Can you keep up, baby boy? Can you lose my breath? Baby boy, can you lose my breath? Can you lose my... In my free time? Is that what you said? What do you like to do? Get to you. Don't know what to do. Every time I go to sleep, I have a dream. It is so crazy. I don't know anyone who dreams as much as I do. I probably have more dreams than anybody. I wish there was a way. There probably is a way to, like... Somebody whistling? I'm a little jumpy tonight. Sorry. I'm a little... So there was a lot going on, so... Anyways, so what was I gonna say? Oh, sorry. It's okay. Oh, sorry. It's okay. Oh, I got scared. I'm just jumpy. It's just like my PTSD. Anyways, there's probably a way to, like, you know how they do those sleep tests? So there's probably a way to, like, see that I'm having a dream. Every single night I go to sleep, I'm having a dream. Like, I dream every single night. I know that I'm dreaming. I can't really remember what the dream was about. Sometimes I do, but sometimes I just dream. Every single night. It's just crazy. I'm like, every night I'm having a dream. Crazy. It's usually me, like I'm in an orphanage type place where I'm not allowed to leave. They're holding me hostage and I'm trying to escape. No, people don't dream as much as I do. That's probably a world record. Like, I know people dream, but not every single night. Yeah, some people probably do, but not as much as I do. Like, I never used to dream this much. I didn't have dreams every single night. But, yeah. You want a cookie? Yes, I do want a cookie. I don't know. I didn't dream that much, though. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I'm tired. I don't even have fast food. I don't even have a lot of sugar either. No, I don't want to collaborate with other people. Hi, Sky. Yes, I do want a cookie. A million dreams are keeping me awake. It's all I'll ever take. First of all, talking about someone that is dead is crazy. I could say something to you, but I'm gonna refrain because I'm supposed to be nice. But you're pushing it, because I could say something horrible to you and then you'd be crying right now. But I'm not. Ooh, I met Ed from Good Burger. Me, my brother, and my mom. We met Keenan Kale. Or, no, not Keenan Kale. I meant to say Cal Mitchell, sorry. We met Cal Mitchell. Bloobity, 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 bloobity. Welcome to the Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order? He was saying that the whole time, and it was so cool. He had an original Good Burger jacket from, like, when Good Burger came out. So it was him, and it was Shar Jackson. She's the one that played the girlfriend in Good Burger. She played Kenan Thompson's, like, girlfriend. I forget his name. Ed. Ed is the other guy, and then I forget his name. But anyways, yeah, she played his girlfriend. She was there, and we took the white guy that was in the movie. He was at another Comic-Con, and the one in June, but I wasn't able to go because I want to get all their autographs. I was hoping one day to meet Kel Thompson and get his autograph. It's on a print that looks like the Nickelodeon magazines. Oh, I got a bunch of Nickelodeon magazines, which is so cool. I'm gonna tell you. There's one magazine. My brother got me these. There are a bunch of Nickelodeon magazines, but somehow the cover came off because they're really old, so the cover tore off. But one of the Nickelodeon magazines has this bubble house, which, because my back itches. There's this bubble house that's, like, by Nob Hill. I don't know, if you walk by there, you know I don't know if you're from Albuquerque, you know what house I'm talking about. It was in Nickelodeon magazine. And it's so cool to see. It was in Nickelodeon magazine, and I have that magazine. And then it was showing the house. It was like a really cool, interesting house. And it was like Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I was like, that's so cool. Do I like someone at the moment? Yeah. I'm tired. I know I keep saying that. Thank you for the rose. Tell us a joke. What's a pig's favorite karate move? Yes, the pork chop. I'm just kidding. Dad jokes. What do you get if you cross a rhino and an elephant? What do you get if you mix a rhino and an elephant together? Dad jokes. No, I didn't do karate. I learned jujitsu. Oh, I can order Whataburger right now. I could get me a patty melt. But I'm full. Me? It's not me. It's a hell if I know. Get it? Dad jokes. Ah ha ha. There was a book that had a bunch of these. What do you get when you mix a cow and a volcano? What do you get if you mix a cow and a volcano? My favorite TV show, I used to like 13 Reasons Why, and I want to go back and rewatch that. Because I haven't seen the newer one that came out. I never finished that one. So I was going to go back to the beginning to catch up so then I could watch the newer one that came out. Who do you like? Why would I say that? I'm not gonna say who I like. 13 Reasons Why is a show about self. I'm not gonna say if it's a boy or a girl because I already said hello about my next relationship. Do I have to answer? Because I'm not. No, I haven't drank any water today. No one answered the question. What do you get if you cross a cow and a volcano? Oh, great heavens. Well, yeah, you did say me, but that's not the answer. Someone said cow volcano. Cowcano. Cowcano. No, it's not a cowcano. What do you get when you cross a pig with a volcano? Utter disaster. I'm just kidding. But that's actually a dad joke. When you cross a cow and a volcano, you get utter disaster. Get it? Because they got udders. And when a volcano erupts, it's disaster. So, utter disaster. Someone said tell jokes, so the only thing I know is dad jokes. I mean, I know some other jokes, but that's controversial. Someone said a joke in school. He was this kid. He was this kid. That makes no sense. In middle school, I got ISS because I don't know if that was. I can't remember if that was. There was 2 times I got ISS. One time I got ISS because I told a kid that I was gonna. I said I'm gonna effing KILLU because I got pissed off at him because he was bullying me and bullying me and bullying me. Yeah, I liked the weekend. So, anyways, I end up in ISS, which is, in school suspension, which means you have to go to this room and you have to go there for 3 days. You have to go to this room 3 days. You don't classes, you have to go to this room. And in school suspension, we had to write, how like in the beginning of The Simpsons, how he has to write the rules like over and over again. That was me. If you were there, that was my first time there, I had to write the rules once. But if you got in there like 10 times, you had to write the rules 10 times each. That's how it was. There was this kid in there who would do crazy things like jackass. And he literally bragged one time how he stapled his... Okay, TMI, he stapled his nuts to his leg. I don't know why he bragged about that. He was doing jackass type stunts. He used to hang out with my friend's brother, and we were at the bus stop one time waiting for the bus, and you know how you torch with like, I think it was like cologne or something, and you can like, and it like a flamethrower, but they make like a torch and they made it like a flamethrower. Well, the flame through someone's private because weren't there private. It was like crazy too. Like burnt their private. It was crazy. They were too jacked. And he was in school. I'm not gonna repeat the joke because it'll probably not on TikTok. But he said really well. He was Asian, so he can't be racist. But the joke that he said it because he's not black. Everyone laughed. They thought it was funny, and at the time, I didn't really. I didn't laugh. I was just like, that's kind of crazy, But everyone laughed, and he said the joke is, why did God make white chocolate? I'm pretty sure you could figure out the rest. You could figure out the answer to that joke. Pretty sure you could figure out the answer to that. So yeah, that's what he said. He said, why did God make white chocolate? And if you don't know, look it up. I'm pretty sure you'll find the answer. I'm not lying. That's what he literally said. He said, why did God make white chocolate? He was one of those that crack jokes. He would literally like do jackass type stunts. Like he literally bragged. He was like, yeah, I stapled my nuts to my leg. And I was like, why are you even admitting this? He's like, I was like, okay, pal. He's like, I stapled my nuts to my leg. And then he was always acting out in class. He would always like make people laugh and say very prejudiced type jokes. That should cue you in on to what the answer is to that joke. That joke is about black people. And everyone was just laughing. I can't even remember his name. I'm trying to think of his name. I think it was David, but I don't even remember. Broken. And I don't think I see the need to buy another vape because I don't really need to vape. I vape no nicotine, but there's not really a point to it. I just like the way the flavorings. But formaldehyde in the vapes, and formaldehyde is used to taxidermy. But I don't know if it's in no nicotine vapes, but I know in vapes it has formaldehyde. So I blocked those people that make AI videos. You voted for Mitt Romney when you were older than a kid. Give him some grace. We gave you grace. You didn't give grace, and why am I gonna give him grace for saying saying prejudiced comment? First of all, I was ill-informed. I was an impressionable 18-year-old who listened to a teacher that literally, at the time, I didn't see anything, but it was prejudice. My teacher was prejudiced towards Obama. He brought up Fast and the Furious. So if you didn't know, not the movie Fast and the Furious, there was this huge project called Fast and Furious. Look it up. What the government tried to do is give thousands of guns to the cartel so they could track the cartel. What ended up happening is the cartel took the trackers off the guns because these guns had trackers on it. They removed the trackers from the guns and released thousands of guns to the cartel, and the cartel removed the trackers, and now there were thousands of guns released to these people. So the cartel ended up weaponry because the government supplied them with weapons. They took the trackers off the weapons and couldn't track the weapons, so they lost thousands of weapons to the cartel. Whatever. I don't know if that was the propaganda thing to like it looked like Obama was, bad. I don't know. I know my teacher showed us a whole documentary, whole thing on what was called the Fast and the Furious. It was like a plan, Fast and the Furious or whatever, by the government. My teacher, he was always talking about Obama, saying that Obama this, Obama that. That was when Obama was in office. I remember I was in school. We was on this whiteboard. I was in school when he said that they got Osama bin Laden. I remember that. I remember sitting in school and watching the thing be televised where he's giving the speech. We have taken down Osama bin Laden. That was like huge. I love Obama too. So anyways, at the time I was 18, my teacher was saying all things like Obama's bad. I've not nor have ever been a Republican. I don't agree with some of the stuff Democrats do. I don't agree with either side. So that's it. I want to change and be in the middle because I don't agree with any party. It's a two-party system. You're either Democrat or Republican. And third party doesn't stand a chance, and that's not good. But at the time, I was Democrat. I was never a Republican, but I was a Republican. So, anyways, at that time, I had to do an electoral ballot or whatever it was because I didn't have my ID. I forgot my ID at the dorm. I stood in line for a long time, and I was not going to go get my ID and go stand back in line for a whole other hour or however long I was because I forgot my ID. So I did the absentee ballot is what it's called. They give you an absentee ballot if you don't have your ID. And so then I'm standing in line. This is my first road. My teacher had just my teacher had was went into college, so right after high school I when I was 19, I able to vote, so it's my first time voting. And I had remembered everything my teacher said about Obama. So, I basically wait in line, and for me, I was basically fed a bunch of lies. I was manipulated. Like, my brain, I didn't think for myself. I just voted based off of what my teacher told me. So I voted for Mitt Romney. I didn't care. I was just marking. I was the first time, like, I voted mostly Democrat except for the president. I was just marking because I was like, let me just get this over with. Like, for me, back then, I didn't really think voting was important. Now I see voting as important, right? This was my first time voting. No, actually, I was Democrat when I voted. I was not Republican. It said Democrat. I was a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I've never been a Republican. I have never been a Republican.